Picture this. You wake up, hit snooze. Again, roll over, grab your phone, order breakfast on DoorDash because cooking takes effort. $18 for eggs and toast that costs $3 to make. But hey, you saved 20 minutes, right? Then you drive to work in that car you financed because walking to the bus stop seemed like too much hassle. $680 a month for convenience. You grab coffee at Starbucks, not because you don't have coffee at home, but because making it yourself feels like work. Another $6 gone. Here's the thing, man. That gym membership you're not using? $60 a month. Those subscriptions you forgot to cancel? $47 a month. That premium parking spot because walking an extra 2 minutes is too far? $200 a month. Add it up. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you how these small conveniences are costing you $350,000. Not a typo, $350,000. And that's just year one of this trap. I'm Philly, your mind surgeon. Salary goes up, money disappears? Not a coincidence, it's by design. I dig through the research, run the numbers, and expose the system's tricks so you can finally see what's been hidden. This channel isn't fluff, it's financial surgery. That laziness you blame yourself for? It's a billion-dollar industry designed to keep you broke. Subscribe. Every week we operate on a new trap. Let's crack the code. Look, this isn't just about that guy ordering DoorDash every morning. This is about you. This is happening to millions of people right now, and most don't even realize they're trapped. That person spending $200 a month on convenience they don't need? That's not laziness. That's human biology being weaponized against your wallet. Psychologists call this the effort tax. It's the invisible surcharge you pay every single day just to avoid minor discomfort. And here's the kicker. It's not your fault. Your brain evolved to conserve energy. In prehistoric times, that kept you alive. Every calorie mattered. Every step counted. But corporations hired PhDs in behavioral psychology to hack that exact system. They want you to choose convenience because your laziness is their revenue model. DoorDash doesn't make money when you cook. Uber doesn't profit when you take the bus. That parking app loses when you walk. Your exhaustion after work? That's real. Your desire to just not deal with things? That's human. They know this. They've studied it. They've optimized for it. You see the $18 breakfast delivery fee. You see the $6 coffee. You see the $60 gym membership. But you don't see the iceberg underneath. You don't see how these micro conveniences compound into a financial prison. The gym sees your monthly fee. I see your opportunity cost. You think it's $50 here, $20 there. Let me show you the real number they don't want you to calculate. All right, let's run the numbers that the convenience industry hopes you never add up. And I need you to stay with me here because this gets dark fast. Morning routine. You order breakfast delivery 5 days a week because you don't have time to cook. DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever. Average order, $18. Feels small, right? Just $18. $18 per day times 5 days equals $90 per week. $90 times 52 weeks equals $4,680 per year. That same breakfast at home, eggs, toast, coffee, $3 max. The difference? $3,900 a year. Just for breakfast. But wait, it gets worse. Because you're not just spending money, you're losing what that money could have become. If you invested that $3,900 annually at a conservative 7% return, Year 5, $22,500. Year 10, $54,000. Year 20, $160,000. Your breakfast laziness just cost you a house down payment. But we're just getting started. That daily coffee shop run. You tell yourself it's only $6. Only $6 times 365 days equals $2,190 per year. Home coffee costs you maybe 50 cents a cup. The real cost of your coffee shop habit? $1,870 per year. Over 10 years with compound growth? $27,000. That's a brand new car. That's your kid's first year of college. That's 3 months of living expenses if you lose your job. Gone. Because pressing a button on a coffee maker felt like too much effort. Now let's talk about that car payment. Because this is where it gets really ugly. You financed a car for $35,000 at 6% growth over 5 years. Monthly payment, $680. You justified it because I need reliable transportation and taking the bus is inconvenient. Fair enough. But here's what you didn't calculate. $680 times 12 months times 5 years equals $40,800. You just paid $5,800 in growth alone, plus insurance, average $1,800 per year. Gas, $2,400 per year. Maintenance, $1,200 per year. Parking, $150 per month equals $1,800 per year. Annual car cost, $7,400. Over 10 years, $74,000. A monthly bus pass where you live, $95. Annual cost, $1,140. Over 10 years, $11,400. The difference, $62,600. The effort tax on not wanting to wait 10 minutes for a bus. Still with me? Because we haven't even hit the gym membership yet. $60 a month. You signed up January 1st with the best intentions. You went twice in January, once in February, 0 times since March, but you're still paying. Why? Because canceling requires you to go in person during business hours and fill out paperwork. That feels like effort. Bro, this is the guilt subscription model. They designed it this way. Planet Fitness has 15 million members. You know how many actually show up regularly? Less than 18%. The entire business model depends on you being too lazy to cancel. $60 times 12 months times 10 years equals $7,200. For a gym you don't use. You could have bought a complete home gym setup for $1,500 and had $5,700 left over. Let's add it up. Just these 4 things. Breakfast delivery, $3,900 per year. Coffee shop, $1,870 per year. Car versus bus, $6,260 per year. Unused gym, $720 per year. Total annual effort tax, $12,750 over 10 years, invested at 7%, $176,000. And this is conservative, man. I didn't even count. Those streaming services you forgot about, $47 per month. Premium parking, $200 per month. Food delivery for dinner, another $300 per month easy. That TaskRabbit person you hired to hang pictures, $150. Laundry service because folding clothes is boring, $120 per month. Add those, we're pushing $25,000 a year. Over a decade with compound growth, north of $350,000. You're not bad with money, dude. You're paying a tax. An invisible tax on every moment you choose convenience over effort. And here's the thing that'll really mess you up. That $350,000, that's not future money. That's today money. Because while you're ordering DoorDash, someone else is meal prepping. While you're financing a car, they're taking the bus and investing the difference. While you're paying for a gym you don't use, they're doing push-ups at home. In 10 years, you'll have paid $350,000 for convenience. They'll have $350,000 in investments. Same salary, different choices, different lives. But why do we do this? Why are we so willing to hemorrhage money just to avoid minor inconvenience? That's where the psychology gets really dark. You're standing in your kitchen at 7:30 a.m. You know you have eggs, you know you have bread, you know you can make breakfast in 8 minutes, but your brain says, too tired, just order it. You open DoorDash, click, click, ordered, dopamine hit. You feel relief. That relief? That's the friction illusion. Your brain massively overestimates the effort of small tasks. Cracking eggs feels like climbing Everest when you're already exhausted from life. So you pay $18 to avoid 8 minutes of work. But here's what really happened. Tech companies spent billions engineering that exact moment. The one-click order, the frictionless payment. They removed every barrier between your impulse and your money. Wall Street calls this decision arbitrage. They're trading your mental fatigue for profit. By 7:30 a.m., you've already made 35 decisions. Your prefrontal cortex is exhausted. The app learns your patterns. Stressed on Monday mornings? Here's a notification at 7:15 a.m. This isn't random. This is algorithmic predation. Now that gym membership, you signed up January 1st, motivated, ready. You went twice. Then work got busy. Then it was raining. Then you just forgot. But you didn't cancel. Because every month when that $60 charge hits, you think, I'll go next week. Bro, you're living inside the optimism trap. Your brain genuinely believes future you will be more disciplined. So you keep paying for a future version of yourself that never shows up. Gyms engineered this. They make cancellation deliberately difficult because they know present you is lazy. That's the sunk cost spiral. The more you've paid, the harder it is to stop. Your brain says, I've already invested $720. If I cancel now, that was all for nothing. So you keep the membership and they keep charging you. Let's go deeper. Why do you take Uber instead of the bus? Surface answer: it's faster. Real answer: you don't want to be seen on the bus. Marketers call this the status tax, and they've spent decades training you to pay it. Car commercials don't sell transportation, they sell identity. So you finance a $35,000 vehicle you can't afford because the alternative feels like social suicide. You're not buying a car. You're buying the illusion that you've escaped the working class. You haven't. You've just sentenced yourself to $680 monthly payments that keep you in the working class longer. This is the hustle paradox. You work 50 hours a week to afford conveniences designed to save you time, which you need. You're running in a hamster wheel built by corporations, powered by your insecurities, and lubricated by your exhaustion. But here's what kills me. None of this is your fault. You're not weak. You're not stupid. You're human. Your brain evolved for a world that no longer exists. But we're in a world designed by people who studied your biology and built trillion-dollar industries around exploiting it. The good news? Once you see the system, you can't unsee it. Let's talk about how to actually fix this. All right, you've seen the numbers, you've seen the psychology. Now let's perform the surgery. Operation 1. The friction install. What? Add deliberate barriers between impulse and purchase. How? Delete all delivery apps from your phone. Right now. Remove your credit card from autofill. Keep one card in your wallet. Store the others at home. If you must order delivery, re-download the app and re-enter payment info every single time. Real example. My friend Jake did this. First week, he went to order DoorDash out of habit. Had to re-download the app. Took 3 minutes. By the time it installed, he'd already started cooking eggs. Saved $18. Has saved $4,300 this year. Operation 2. The 48-hour rule. What? Wait 48 hours before any convenience purchase over $20. How? Screenshot what you want. Set a calendar reminder for 48 hours later. If you still want it, then buy it. No guilt. Keep a running list of things I didn't buy and calculate your savings monthly. Real example, Sarah wanted TaskRabbit to assemble her IKEA desk. $120. Set a 48-hour timer. 2 days later, she'd figured it out herself using YouTube. Did this 8 times over 6 months. Has $960 extra in savings. Operation 3. The substitution system. What? Don't fight the habit. Replace it with a cheaper version. How? Coffee shop to $30 French press at home. 50 cents per cup versus $6. Gym to YouTube Premium plus $200 dumbbells. Uber everywhere to monthly bus pass plus Uber only for emergencies. Breakfast delivery to meal prep Sundays. Real example, Marcus was spending $400 per month on Ubers. Switched to a bus pass plus bike. Monthly Uber cost dropped to $80. Saves $320 per month equals $3,840 per year. Over 5 years invested at 7%, $22,000. He's building a house down payment by taking the bus. So here's what just happened. We just performed mental surgery. We cracked open your financial operating system, found the virus, the effort tax algorithm, and deleted it. You walked in here thinking you were just bad with money. You're leaving knowing you've been systematically targeted by an industry that profits from your exhaustion. Your laziness isn't a character flaw, it's a business model, and you just hack the code. Here's your reality now. Every time you're about to click order, you'll see the real price, not $18, $350,000 over a decade. You can't go back. You know too much. Hit that like button so the algorithm shows this to more people trapped in the effort tax. Let's use their system against them. Next week, I'm exposing something even darker. Something that happens every single day, multiple times, and you don't even question it anymore. The math behind it? It'll make the $350,000 we just talked about look like pocket change. I can't say more yet, but trust me, you're gonna want to see this. Now, in my previous video, I recommend watching the tipping trap in the bottom left, because that system and this one, they're connected, both designed by the same playbook, both bleeding you dry while making you feel guilty for questioning it. Click it. Everything will start making sense. See you in the next videos.